Hello everyone, you are all welcome to RK Educare, an exclusive educational YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit notification bell for forthcoming videos. In this video, we are going to learn about 7th class first lesson, that is food components. To understand the lesson clearly, please watch the video till the end. After watching this video, you will be able to answer the following questions. What are food components? How to trace the nutrients present in sample food? How to prepare a balanced diet? Why should we avoid junk food? What is the importance of fiber-rich foods? Now let us enter into the lesson. A picture is given here. What can be seen in this picture? In this picture we can see different types of food items, isn't it? In your previous class also you have learnt about different foods like biryani, pulihora, idli, chapati, dosha, vada, etc. Whatever the food it is, we like to eat it whether it is tasty. Do you know what makes the food tasty? To understand it, let us examine two dishes given here, food A and food B. Food A is a chicken piece which is boiled in water and no condiments are added. Means spices are not added in food A. Food B is a chicken piece which is cooked in oil and condiments means spices are added like coriander, ginger, garlic and everything is added. Among these two, which food is tasty? Yes, you are right. Food B is tasty because it is cooked in oil and condiments are added. By this we can say oil and condiments make the food tasty. Condiments are also called sugandha dravyalu. Daily we take food and go on different activities. But is there any relationship between eating food and performing activities? To understand it, let us think. You do not take food for many days. What would happen? You will become weak and you are unable to walk even a little distance, isn't it? So that we can say there is a relationship between eating food and performing activities. After eating food, what does it do in our body? The food is oxidized in our body and releases energy. This energy is consumed for our daily activities. Food not only supplies energy to our body but also keeps our body healthy. During the daytime we go on different functions so that our body requires energy. But during nights we just sleep. Even then our body requires energy. Yes, because our heart, lungs, kidneys, some other internal organs continuously works so that our body requires energy. During our sleeping also respiration is carried out by lungs. Transportation is carried out by our heart and blood vessels. Excretion is carried out by skin and kidneys. So that we can say during our sleep also our body requires energy. We usually purchase packaged food items like potato chips, moong dal, bread, etc. from bakery shops. Did you see this kind of nutritional information on any of these? For our understanding, a milk powder packet and its nutritional information is given here. Per 100 grams of milk powder, proteins are about 44.5 grams, carbohydrates are 17.4 grams, sugars are 22.6 grams, fats are about 18.1 gram. Now let us list out the food components which are present in this milk powder packet. Are there carbohydrates here in this packet? Yes. Are there proteins available here? Yes. Fats are there here in this milk powder packet? Yes. Are there vitamins and minerals in this packet? No. Others if any? No. Because sugars are also called carbohydrates. So that no other components are available in this milk powder packet. Take some more food items and fill up the table given in your textbook. Now let us discuss what are the essential food components. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals are called essential food components of food. These are also called nutrients. In your previous class you have already learnt carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving foods, proteins are called body building foods, vitamins and minerals are called health foods. For our better health, our body requires all these nutrients in a certain quantity. Our body also requires water and roughages. Water makes the food soft and allows the food to pass through food canal easily. Rough edges or fibers are nothing but fine thread-like structures which can be seen in the peels of fruits and vegetables. These rough edges or fibers helps in prevention of indigestion or prevention of constipation. Let us take a sample food and examine whether these nutrients are available in it or not. To observe it, let us conduct an experiment. To conduct any experiment, we have to follow through some objectives of experiment. Aim, apparatus, procedure, observation, result, precautions are some of the objectives of an experiment. Aim, here we have to mention the aim of the experiment. Apparatus, here we have to include the material required for an experiment. Procedure, here we have to mention the process of experiment. Observation, during the experiment we can see some changes. These changes can be mentioned in observation. Result, our final conclusion should be mentioned here in this result. Precautions, during the experiment we have to control the variables and we have to take some care. This care should be mentioned in precautions. We have learnt that there are 5 different kinds of nutrients present in the food. They are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Carbohydrate is also called starch. Let us take rice flour as our sample food and test it whether starch is available in it or not. Our aim of the experiment is testing the food for the presence of starch. Apparatus, nothing but material required. Test tube, dilute iodine solution and food sample. Here our sample is rice flour. Procedure, first of all we have to prepare dilute iodine solution. To make it, take a test tube or a cup, add few drops of iodine crystals to it and add little water. Stir it till it becomes yellow or brown. Now our dilute iodine solution is ready. Dilute is nothing but mixing of little water. Take a sample of food item or rice flour in the test tube and add few drops of dilute iodine solution to it. It turns into dark blue or black color, showing the presence of starch. Our observation is that the sample food is turned to dark blue color or black color. Result, the sample food is turned to dark blue or black color so that it contains carbohydrates or starch. By this we experimentally proved that rice flour contains starch. Now let us test the sample food for the presence of fats. Let us take a mirchi bhaji as our sample food. Now let us conduct the experiment. Our aim of the experiment is testing the food for presence of fats. Material required or apparatus. Food sample and piece of paper. Here our food sample is mirchi bhaji. Procedure, take a small quantity of food sample or mirchi bhaji, rub it gently on a piece of paper. Whether it turns translucent, it contains fats. Here we have to understand what is meant by translucent. Based on transparency, the substances are 3 types: transparent, translucent and opaque. Transparent in the sense we can see through it clearly. Translucent in the sense we can see through it but we cannot see it clearly. We can see it partially. Opaque in the sense we cannot see through it. Observation, after rubbing the piece of mirchi bhaji on a piece of paper, the paper turned to translucent. It is showing that mirchi bhaji contains fats. All the oils contain fats. Now let us test a sample food for the presence of proteins. Here we take red grams as our sample food. Before going to conduct the experiment, we have to convert the red grams into powder. Now let us conduct the experiment. Aim, Our aim of the experiment is testing the food for presence of proteins. Apparatus. Food sample. Here our food sample is red gram powder. Test tube 2% copper sulfate and 10% sodium hydroxide. Before going to conduct the experiment, we have to prepare chemical solutions. Procedure. To prepare 2% copper sulfate, add 2 grams of copper sulfate in 100 milliliters of water. Then 2% copper sulfate is ready. To prepare 10% sodium hydroxide, add 10 grams of sodium hydroxide solution in 100 milliliters of water. Now 10% sodium hydroxide is also ready. 1 gram is equal to 6 pellets. If the sample is solid, grind it into powder or paste. We already made the sample into powder. So take the little of the sample in a test tube and add 10 drops of water to it and stir it well. After stirring the sample well, we have to add 10 drops of it in a test tube and add 2 drops of copper sulfate and 10 drops of sodium hydroxide solution and shake it well. Whether the sample is turned to violet, it contains proteins. Our sample is red gram. In this experiment, red gram powder is turned to violet. Observation. We observed that the sample is turned to violet. Result. Our result is that the food sample contains proteins. Some food items are given here. Test it experimentally and finalize which food components are available in these food items. After our experiment, we can say that rice contains starch and absent with proteins and fats. Potatoes contain starch, proteins and fats are absent. Milk contains starch, proteins and fats. Curd contains starch, proteins and fats. Egg contains starch, proteins and fats. Some food items contain all these nutrients in required proportions. We require different quantities of carbohydrates, proteins and fats according to age and need of individuals. Growing children need more protein containing food like milk, pulses, etc. We also need minute quantities of other components called vitamins and minerals to keep us healthy. Now let us learn what are roughages. Collect some vegetables like ribbed gourd, bunch beans, lady's finger or some boiled sweet potato, etc. Break them or crush them into pieces. Whenever we observe, there are fine strands or thread-like structures. These thread-like structures are called dietary fibers or roughages. Roughages are a kind of carbohydrates that our body fails to digest. They help in free bowel movements in digestive tract and prevent constipation or prevent indigestion. Brown, shredded wheat, cereals, fruits and vegetables, sweet and plain potato, peas and berries, pumpkins, palak, apples, banana, papaya and many kinds of beans are the source of roughages. We must take care include sufficient fiber foods in our daily diet. We already learnt fibers make our digestion clear. So we have to add plenty of roughages in our diets. We already learnt that peels of vegetables and fruits contain roughages or dietary fibers. We usually eat banana without peel, but some fruits like apples and grapes are eaten along with the peels. Eating them along with the peels, our body obtain roughages. We also prepare some chutneys with the peels. So don't discard the outer layers of the fruits and vegetables because they contain rich nutrients called fibers. Fibers help in digestion. Though we eat fruits or vegetables with peels, we have to wash them with salt water thoroughly. Because nowadays farmers are applying different types of pesticides on their fields. They are dangerous for our health whether we do not wash them clearly. Most of the fruits and vegetables contain water. Vegetables like potatoes, beans, kira, tomatoes, gourds, and fruits like apples, papaya, melons contain water. Water helps in easy digestion. To understand it, let us take a piece of sponge and try to move it in a pipe. It moves with some difficulty. Remove the sponge from the pipe and dip it in water and again try to move it along the pipe. Now it moves freely or smoothly. By this we can say that water makes the food pass easily through our digestive tract. Water helps in many other processes like transportation and excretion, so that we have to drink plenty of water. Now let us learn what is balanced diet. The food that contains all the nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals in a proper proportions, it is called balanced diet. Balanced diet is not a costly one. We can make ourselves. We can make our diet balanced one by taking green salads and vegetables every day, taking foods like cereals, pulses, milk, etc. adequately, taking a bit of fat in the form of oil, ghee, butter, etc. Eat seasonal fruits. Do not forget to supplement your daily diet with green salads and vegetables. By including all these, we can make our diet balanced. Dry fruits contain more quantity of vitamins and minerals, so they keep us healthy. Many people are addicted to eat bakery foods like pizzas and burgers. These leads to cardiac problems, renal problems and obesity. That's why we have to avoid junk foods. 170 years ago, Western countries have a little knowledge on nutrition. A Frenchman named Lavoisier known to be the founder of modern science of nutrition. In the year 1752, James Lind discovered that scurvy disease can be cured by eating fresh fruits and vegetables. By the year 1952, the people came to know that some diseases can be cured by eating certain kinds of foods. In 19th century, the people got an idea that our body obtained three substances called proteins, fats and carbohydrates from the food what we eat. Now let us discuss little more about nutrients. Our body requires some chemical substances for its growth and repair. Such substances are called nutrients. Nutrients are classified as micronutrients and macronutrients. Our body requires carbohydrates, proteins, fats in larger quantities, so that they are called macronutrients. Vitamins and minerals are required in lesser quantities, so that they are called micronutrients. Procurement of nutrients into the body of an organism is called nutrition. Vitamins are micronutrients we already discussed. These also classified into two different groups. Vitamins are classified as water soluble vitamins and fat soluble vitamins. B complex and C vitamin are called water soluble vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E and K are called fat soluble vitamins. Balanced diet is also called wholesome food. Milk is known to be wholesome food. Whether we do not take a balanced diet, what would happen? This leads to nutritional deficiency diseases. Missing of one or more nutrients in our diet is called malnutrition. Here are some diseases related to malnutrition given: beriberi, glossitis, pellagra, anemia, kwashiorkor, marasmus, obesity, fertility disorders, burning feet, rickets, eye and skin diseases, scurvy, nervous disorders, and problems related to blood clotting. These are all nutritional deficiency diseases or malnutritional diseases. You will learn more about all these in your higher classes. In this lesson, we have learned that food contains some components called carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Fibers are also a component of food that are present in different kinds of fruits and vegetables. All food items contain all the components of food The amount of each component varies from one type of food to another. Roughages or dietary fibers clean our food canal and prevent constipation. We must drink enough water so that our body functions properly. The food that contains all the nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals in a proper proportions is called balanced diet. Everyone requires a balanced diet.